Okay, so let's dive right in. We're talking data centralization versus decentralization. Relational databases, but this is a choice a lot of organizations in India are facing.
Yeah, it's a big one, and there's no easy answer.
Right. So first, what does data centralization even mean? What does it look like?
Imagine all your data, everything, in one place. A giant data warehouse, or maybe a data lake. That's the idea.
Okay, so everything's together. What are the good things about that?
Well, it can be easier to manage, in theory, like having one key for every lock. And security, governance, those things are simpler when everything's centralized.
Makes sense. But I bet there are downsides, too.
Oh, absolutely. One big one is bottlenecks. Yeah. As your organization grows, that central system can get overloaded, like everyone trying to use the same door at once.
And if that system crashes?
Disaster. Total data loss. And even if it doesn't crash, it can be slow. Teams get overwhelmed trying to keep up with everyone's needs.
So speed and reliability are issues.
Okay.
So what about the opposite? What's data decentralization then?
Think of it like, instead of one giant hub, you've got lots of smaller ones. Each department or domain manages its own data.
So more independent, each team doing their own thing.
Exactly. They can use the tools and strategies that work best for them, so it's more agile, more responsive.
And if one system has problems,
the others are still running, no single point of failure.
But there are downsides to this too, right? Too much independence can be a problem.
Definitely. The big risk is data silos. If those separate systems don't talk to each other, you get fragmented information. You might miss important connections.
Yeah, so you need to make sure everyone's on the same page, using the same language, basically.
Right. Without careful planning and governance, it can be a mess. Inconsistent data, different definitions, it's a challenge. And that kind of leads to the big question, right? How do you actually decide? Centralized or decentralized?
There's got to be more to it than just picking one, right?
Oh, definitely. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It's about your organization, its needs, its context, all of that.
So where do you even start? What are the things you got to think about?
Well, first off, think about your structure. Is your organization, really centralized, top-down decisions, that sort of thing?
Makes sense. If everyone's already working that way.
Then centralized data might be a good fit.
But if you've got teams that are more independent, more autonomous?
Decentralization could make more sense. And then there's the data itself. How much is there? How complex is it? Lots of different sources.
So if it's massive, maybe decentralization is better just to, spread the load.
Exactly. Keeps that central system from getting bogged down. And think about how you're actually going to UEase the data. Who needs it? What are they doing with it?
So data scientists building models, analysts making reports, even just regular folks using dashboards.
Yeah.
They all have different needs.
Right. You got to consider all of them. And don't forget regulations. If you're handling sensitive data like personal info,
you might need that centralized control, that extra security.
Exactly. But if speed and agility are more important and the data's not as sensitive,
maybe decentralization wins out.
It's a balance, right? Control versus flexibility. Every organization's different.
So we've got structure, data volume, data use cases, regulations. Anything else?
Well, there's cost, of course. Both approaches have their own costs. Infrastructure, maintenance, the talent you need.
I can imagine a big centralized system getting pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you need specialized hardware and software. But decentralization can get costly too if you're not careful.
How so?
You could end up with duplicated efforts, different teams doing the same thing, wasted resources, and you need tools to keep all those decentralized systems talking to each other.
So it's not just the initial setup, it's the ongoing stuff too.
Right. And then skills. Do you have the right people in-house to manage all this? Centralized or decentralized, it takes different skills.
Maybe you need to train people or even hire new folks.
Exactly. So it's a big decision, right? Structure, data, regulations, costs, skills, it all matters.
No easy answers. You got to really understand your organization to make the right call.
Absolutely. And it's not like you decide once and you're done. Things change, your needs change, you might have to adapt.
So it's a journey, not a destination.
A journey is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And speaking of journeys, this whole centralization versus decentralization thing.
Yeah.
What if we're thinking about it too narrowly? What if it's not either?
You mean like a hybrid approach? A bit of both.
That's one way. But what if we went even further?
Further how?
What if we thought about data as something that's shared, like across organizations, a whole network of data flowing freely?
Wow, that's a big idea. Kind of changes the whole game, doesn't it?
It does. But think what we could do. If organizations could share data securely, efficiently, The insights, the innovation, it'd be huge.
Like a data ecosystem.
Yeah.
Where information just flows, everyone benefits.
Exactly. Like, imagine healthcare. Researchers could access data from all over, find new treatments faster.
Or finance.
Yeah.
Better fraud detection, managing risk.
So many possibilities. And it's not just between organizations, it's within them too. No more silos, everyone working together.
So instead of departments keeping data to themselves, it's like a shared resource. Everyone contributes, everyone benefits.
Right. But of course, it's not that simple. You need the right technology, the right protocols, security, privacy. Those are critical.
We can't just open the floodgates. Got to be careful with the data.
Absolutely. Strong governance, clear standards. That's essential.
Sounds like a tough challenge, but the payoff could be huge.
No doubt. And this is just the beginning, really. As data gets more and more important, how we manage it, how we share it, it's going to keep evolving.
So for our listeners thinking about this whole centralization, decentralization thing,
The main takeaway is it's not black and white. It's not one or the other.
there's a lot of gray area. Maybe the best answer is somewhere in between, or even something totally new.
Find what works for your organization, your needs, and be ready to adapt. Things change all the time.
Data's not static, it's dynamic. You got to be flexible.
Keep learning, keep exploring, keep pushing the boundaries. There's so much potential in data. It's exciting.
It is. And that's our deep dive for today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll be back with more data adventures soon.